device. Check, check. All right, there we go. There we go. Well, that was a very interesting start to this stream. I learned a new feature about my microphone, which is that it has a hidden button to turn mute on and off. And I just spent the past 20 minutes trying to figure out why I couldn't get my mic to work to learn about a hidden button. So, cool. Makes you feel pretty smart, I guess. Anyways, we've got some really good news to start the stream today. And it's probably going to be a much shorter stream than normal today because I don't have too much I want to get done today. I was thinking about working on some Neo Geos, but might just save that for next week. We'll probably maybe we'll look at one today. We'll see what we can get done on it anyway. But right in front of me, I have a PC Engine LT, which if you've been watching my stream for the past couple of weekends, has been frustrating the living crap out of me to the point where last week, when I was supposed to stream on a Sunday, I decided to take the day off and just work on it behind the scenes because I feel a little bit less pressure and I can think more clearly when I'm not having to worry about a stream going on. And for all those that were following or that know, you'll know that basically I was seeing a very large amount of resistance in my power circuit here, specifically on the other side of this board. And you'll also remember that I unfortunately blew off what I later came to realize was a BJT PNP transistor. So it was kind of a common errors last week, and it really put me in a sour mood. And I just stepped back, and after I did more testing, I realized, and here, actually, you know what? Maybe we'll get this just under the microscope just so I can show you all what I'm talking about here. So this is the transformer in question, right? This is the T500 transformer. This guy right here. And this guy is responsible for basically driving your display circuit, right? And with this transformer, I'm trying to get something I can poke at with so I can show you. So these back two legs right here, so this guy and this guy are technically connected together internally. This is a no connect. This is a no connect. I did kind of a crappy soldering job because my hot air station is barely functional, so I wasn't able to get the greatest joints going, but that's okay. Anyway, long story short, we should have about between these two should have 0.7 ohms resistance, and on the broken one I had mega ohms to open line. And in the rear of the board, we have a transistor and a couple of passives. Now this is a 75 ohm resistor, so technically these are connected to ground via the T500, right? So it comes up through this via into this pin, and bam, that's how it gets to ground. And it's responsible for pulsing, creating an AC pulse. That's what this transistor's for, right? And thankfully, for me, this is the same transistor as on a PCE Engine GT, which is a very expensive but less rare variant of the PC Engine that I just so happened to have a semi-functional board of. And what ended up happening was I pulled this part and that transistor off to replace, and surprise, surprise, my display circuit came back. So unfortunately, this part right here is literally unobtainium. The only way to get another one is to pull it off either another LT or another PC Engine GT or a Turbo Express. So that being said, It is a very, very, very expensive part and was the one part that I was hoping wasn't broken. But unfortunately for me, it was. So thankfully, on the board that I pulled it from, I do have the option of screen mounting it. It's not really desirable. It's expensive, and it kind of ruins the collection value of the console. But it is what it is, and I'd rather save a $3,000 console versus a $500 console. So that's kind of where we're at with that. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to literally button this sucker up and add it to my collection. So let's just get that going. And one of the first things that we've got to do here is put the RF shielding back into place. Now I did kind of run into some very minor issues where it wasn't wanting to read the game very well, but I got to work. I don't know what ended up happening with that, but it's fine now. So for now, what we're going to end up doing is we're just going to basically get this thing put back together so that I may move on to bigger and better things. Because as much as this is a fun project, I really dislike working on them because of how expensive the frickin' things are. And it's just, you spend your entire time basically like pissing your pants in a sense, because you don't really want to break anything. Alright, so you've just got to tack one of these legs into place pretty much. Where'd you go? That's fun. Alright, so let's grab just a little bit of solder here. Perfect. Okay, so now that I got that guy tacked in, should be able to go do the same for the other side. So we've got basically the shielding connects to all the ground planes on the side of the board here, so we'll just zoop them up. Some flux. And do a little bit of the same thing. Just okay. Now I should be able to manually feed this guy in there. I do believe there's only 3 of these, so perfect. Now when I go, I'm going to just basically just fix this one up just a little bit. That one little capacitor is kind of in the way there. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll go find this guy one more time. He's fine. There's no reason. I think that should be it. I don't think there's more than 3 spots. I'm just doing a quick scan. I was pretty sure it was just those 3. No, wait. Is that one in the middle? Yeah. Okay, there's one right there in the middle. So we'll go and we'll hit that up. Just a little bit of flux. Yeah, it is the board, Uncle Sam. It is the board from last week, and it is now functional. I am basically just finishing up sealing this thing up. I'm going to basically fix this wiring here. This was temporary or semi-permanent, just to essentially try and figure out if I had a bad ground. Okay, so now this. This guy is kind of a pain. Okay, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to route the wire anyway, but we'll see if it's connected to ground. If it's connected to ground, I'm just going to leave it, but if not, I will run a much shorter length of wire. Okay, so I think I could actually, yeah, see, it's not. Oh, it is. Oh, it's fine. It's connected to ground. All right, no wire needed. So let's just go ahead and clean up this flux a little bit. Yeah, Uncle Sam, man, that board, it pissed me off so bad last week when I blew off that frickin' transistor, in which I never ended up finding any way. As much as I looked for it, it was just gone. And I took Sunday to work on this by myself, because I just do better work when I'm not focusing on the stream so much or thinking about the stream. I put this kind of stupid amount of pressure on me to get things fixed when I'm actually broadcasting, and probably really don't need to do that, So, but anyway, not having the stream up let me kind of just really focus on the problem. And it popped into view right away. I think in the back of my mind, I always knew what the problem was, but I didn't want it to be the problem because I knew the solution is not a good one. But at the end of the day, it was the only one. So it sucks that I had to sacrifice such a valuable piece from a valuable board, but at the end of the day, I really just had no other choice. Now we have a potential replacement, but it's not an exact fit. That's the problem. I think it's slightly larger, and you have to do some manual soldering on it to make it work. But end of the day, if it actually generates the signal that you need, then that's really all that matters. What the heck is that? Just goopy flux. And if that's the case, that's kind of good news for everybody. But the problem is we have to figure out. I actually have to get one on hand to see how big it is, to see if you could actually cram it in these cases, because unfortunately, space is a very big premium on these boards. But if you could replace a impossible to find part with something that costs $4, I think a lot of people who work on these things would be pretty happy. Because unfortunately, if that part goes, the only solution is to just basically say, oh, well, I guess it's time for a screen mod, like, not everybody wants to do that, which I don't really blame them. Don't really blame them. Because, they're uncommon, and you don't want to really kind of, maybe if you've got like me, I've got several of them, so if I screen mod one to play on, and I have one for a collector's piece, that's one thing, but some people just want just to have a collector's piece, which I totally understand. Given that you're probably going to be paying around $300 for a broken one, you probably want to keep that as original as possible. clean right away. Stuff got kind of goopy for some reason. But yeah, it was a very happy day for me when the screen came back on for this, and I was able to get the game to start loading. Oh, I had a weird audio issue. Like, the audio just didn't want to work. So before I completely button this up today, I am gonna make sure everything is fully functional so I don't have to pull it apart again. Right now we're just final little clean. Okay. Alrighty. This residual alcohol that I don't want to leave on. Very cool. Alright. So now we've got to put all the parts back together here. Alright, so now we got that goes there. Then the silver screws are what we need for now. One more. All right. Okay, uh-oh, that's not good. That goes there, and this comes out. Oh, actually, no, we need it bigger. Hey, Zach, I'm doing good. How are you, my friend? Okay, 1, 2. 3. Oh, that's good to hear, man. Good to hear. We're working on this PCE engine LT right now. We're just in the final stages of putting it back together. Oh, it works. Hopefully. Worked last Monday when I tried it last, so we've got that going for us. Now the fun part is getting this shell back into place here with all these freaking switches, because they like to pop out. I think I've actually gotten pretty good at putting the flex cables back in, so we got that going for me. Okay, and that guy. And then finally this guy slides in the spot right like so. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it was not a fun way to end my stream last week. I was very frustrated and admittedly very sad that I potentially ruined a very expensive and previously working console. But that's why you just gotta stick with things. Like, it's, you know, the one good thing about electronic repair for the most part is that eventually something does make sense to you. It all has a solution, even if the solution is not something you can accomplish, like replacing an APU on a PS5. But eventually you can track down your problems as long as you just stick with it. So, now, how did I do this last time? I think it was more, oops. So that's not the first one that I need. That's the first one that I need. Okay. Now, get this guy going in. Okay. Okay. And the piece de resistance. Okay. Okay. And I gotta hook up the speaker. Last but not least. Okay. Then do this. We'll put in a game. Alright. Some things just need repairs in. Yeah, you know. Sometimes you get lucky. That's for sure. Sometimes you just get lucky. Oh no, look at that. In fact, the next thing that we're going to work on is actually a pretty good example of that, because here, we'll put that back later. We'll just do it this way for now. So my hot air station has been really giving me fits lately, and I think it's because somehow the heating element got damaged and it's generating all these false error codes. So I ordered a new heating element, and I think we're just going to need to replace it. Well, that's not good. What the heck is my, what? What the heck just happened? Maybe? Please? And there we go, folks. She is working. Look at that. You can see on the screen. All right, there we go. So let's get you put back in. And I gotta get the power switch put back into place because I kind of knocked her out of position there. Let's get this pulled out real quick. Power switch is here. right? It goes just like that. Might have to put the switch in the off position just to make this a little easier on me, maybe. Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah, it is amazing when the screen came back to life for me, because I did a lot of repairs, diagnosis and repairs off stream last week, and then when I finally had a chance to fire it up and it came on, I think I probably scared some of my neighbors with how loud I was yelling. I was so happy. So basically just have a couple of these little screws left, and then this one basically gets to go hide in a dark corner for the rest of its life, because I doubt I'll ever, besides maybe on very, very rare occasions, or if I just want to show it off, I am probably not going to power this on too much, just to keep it as pristine as possible. But of course, we do have to make one look around. Everything is in place. Pop open this. Do a little of that. Make sure we're not going to short out. And then I guess it would help if I actually put a game in. Let's try this wrestling game. So this wrestling game was giving me fits last time. Okay. I don't know what's up with that one. Let's try this other one again. Yeah, so we're back to this again. Huh. Well, it sort of works, but not right now. What the heck is going on? Okay, so it is not happy about something. What the heck? It's not reading the game cards. Yeah, see, I'm getting a solid color screen, which means that the game card's not being read. So weird. Why? Let's clean the contacts of this real quick. Shouldn't be an issue, but Okay. Well, that's certainly frustrating. Why are you fighting me? Okay, well, I guess we gotta take it apart again and see what's going on. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's very, very weird. It was working. I really hope I don't have to replace the hue card slot on this thing, because that would not be fun. Unfortunately, cleaning these things is not very fun at all. The hue card slot. Yeah, it's not as easy as you would think because of the way these things are designed. Unfortunately, that's what I kind of tried to do a little bit with the. I put a little bit of rubbing alcohol on the. Okay. I'm curious if it's like a pressure thing. It shouldn't be, because I had this happen. It just happened to me before. But then I just got it to work, so let's try this one more time. It's the same. Okay. Why is this doing this to me? We'll try it like this now. Huh. Okay. That's odd. So now if I try it. Yeah, it's like it's not making good contact when the case is installed. But the moment I take it out of the case, it's fine. Let's try this one more time. Let's see what we got here. Okay, now if I do this, if I do that, yeah, it's like So I'm not sure if it's... Okay. Weird. Weird. But then the moment I take this out, it's fine. Alright, so the issue seems to be when I close the case, the game doesn't want to load. Let's try like that, see what happens. So it's like, I don't know, something shorting or it's not able to get to the, what if I, maybe just a little bit of pressure off of these, maybe? So on the PC engines, like the games, when they can't be read, they produce a solid color screen. So that's fine. And then if I turn it on with no game. Alright, so there's definitely something that's shorting or something. Something is not happy. So when I put this back together, something's not happy. So now, alright, so we don't get the whine anymore. Yeah, it's a red screen. It's hard for you to see, but that's a red screen. There we go. That's a purple screen. So like you, I am so confused. Well, so am I. It's like Okay. All right, so now we've got it reproducing. All right, so I think it has something to do with these ribbon cables in the back. Maybe, or maybe not. Am I shorting something? I don't know. Or... maybe? I mean, what if I could find it? I have some Captain tape around here somewhere. God dang it, there it is. Right there. Let's maybe get a little... Yeah, but shorting on what? What are you shorting on? A couple of things we're gonna shore up with some Captain tape here real quick. Just to maybe just... Actually, you know, that's a good point. What if I did that? Unfortunately, I've got to redo this guy now. Okay. Okay. So weird, though. It's obviously not happy about something when the case gets closed, so kind of just going over a couple of exposed legs here on the control board. So we got those covered up, and maybe just for grins, well, let's just wait on that. I think if I put this into place like that. All right. Don't think that's going to do anything, but nope. Good news is I still have contrast is still working. Okay. And if I take this out, one more time here real quick. Try this, and this, Boy, I am kind of gobsmacked here. Let's see here. Okay, I gotta rearrange this again. It's almost like... Okay, now it's working. It's a contact issue. It's got to be. I know there's a couple of pins in there that kind of got deformed, so maybe that's it. That very well could be it. Okay. I may have just got it. Maybe. Just going to take a quick poke around here, make sure I'm all good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, it seems okay now. Okay. I really hate issues like this, to be quite honest. I really do. But I think it's just the hue card reader. I'm just worried that tightening everything down is gonna put me back in the same spot. So I'm just gonna finger tight a couple of screws here. Okay. Flip her back over and then see if it's gonna break again, because I have a feeling it will. I don't think I really solved my issue here. Yep, see? Back to doing it again. Yeah, it's just, it doesn't matter. As soon as I get it, as soon as it just gets tightened enough, it's done. And if I take these out, and tighten them a little bit. Yep. And then the moment, yeah, Okay, so there it is shorting on something in there. It is definitely shorting on something internally when it gets pressed down. So we've got a problem somewhere. So put these screws back in their home real quick. What is it shorting on though? Because there's really not much to these things, so it's kind of causing me to scratch my head just a little bit here. And exactly what could be shorting? I wouldn't think it would be that thing. Just looking around. See, there's not too much metal to metal on anything that I can see. I could try real quick just a little bit of Captain over this one area. Yeah, we'll get there. It's just kind of weird. I don't know what exactly is causing this. But it's nice that I can reproduce it with pressure, so that means that something on this case gets pushed down. I was not too happy about it. I cover up that little RF. Okay. Okay, now of course this doesn't mean anything because I've got to get the screws in too, but it's something in this. Okay, so it's something in this back right corner. What do you not like? We'll get there. It's just, what in God's name is causing this? So glad they fucking fix it, but I'm trying to think if now I wonder. Let's try this real quick. Let's see if I can maybe localize what it doesn't like getting pressed on. I gotta be very careful because I don't want to blow anything up, but so all the buttons work. nothing is really shorting. Of course, when I push down, like, it's not gonna give me the same, because... Okay. Problem is... Yeah, it's just frustrating. I just don't... And I know that the moment... Yeah. I'm not sure here. Very confusing. So by my estimations, this should now fail. Oop. Okay. Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I like having people who chat. I like having people who chat. The issue, though, is that the moment I start putting these screws in, especially, I think this one right here, I'm going to leave that one mainly unscrewed. Okay, we could see if... I mean... This game's harder than it looks. Oh. Yeah, so it's like There's still an issue, but we're going to leave that be. I think... Let's try with another. Now this is the true test. Putting a new game in, see what happens. Man, I'm calling this one good. Honestly, like I said, I ain't playing this, and that's all that matters. All right, we're gonna call this one good. It works. Works good enough for me. And if I just have to avoid pressing on the back of it when I want to use it, then I'll avoid pressing on the back of it when I want to use it. There's some sort of weird short going on with, I think, one of those ribbon cables. We have the final piece de resistance. I'll put this on. We'll do one more test, and I'm just going to call it good, even if it doesn't work. I think I'm just going to, if I have to put it away and come back to it in a couple of months and poke at it again, I will. There you guys go. Brightness, contrast works. Volume wheel works. All the buttons work. Perfect. I don't think so. I don't know what's going on. There's something that's not being too happy about being pressed or having pressure put on it. I could probably go over it with a fine-tooth comb or whatever, but at this point, I just need to move on with my life. So I'm just gonna call this good. I'm just gonna call it good because I want to move on here to my hot air station, get this working. So as we said, oh, all right, Zach. It was very nice to talk to you. I hope to see you. I do stream every Saturday and Sunday, most weekends. So come on by and say hi again. I hope to see you soon. All right, so this is a brand new heating element for my hot air station. And if y'all were paying attention, you know that this thing has just been giving me error code after error code, and the error codes relate to there's a small reed switch in the handle that gets activated by magnets, which I think is damaged. And in the heating element themselves, there's some sort of thermistor or something that monitors the temperature, and I think that's malfunctioning now. And so it's generating the EO8, which is the heating element error code, and EO2, which is the reed switch error code. So there's a couple of screws in here that I got to take out. It should be just very quick plug and play. I don't know if it's going to solve my issues, but it's how I have to start, unfortunately, because until I get this replaced, I won't really know if the problem is stemming from anything else. All right. Come on. Can't believe this is not magnetic. It's kind of hard for me to get this on camera here, but there we go. Okay, it's very slightly magnetic. So there's 4 screws, and you want to, well, there's 8 screws, I think, but you want to get the Phillips or JIS with the big rounded heads, not the flat ones. The flat ones are not meant to be removed. If you can see on this one, you've got 4 flat screws. You want to leave those alone and just get the rounded ones out. It looks like there's only 3 rounded ones and 3 flat ones instead of 4 and 4. So it should be, hopefully, nice in and out repair. Okay. And I think this just, well, I thought it just popped out. Do I have to do anything extra with it? Nope, it just pops out. Now, I don't know what that is. There's some sort of weird white goop in here. I don't know if y'all can see that. I actually don't know what that is. Alright, so this is the dead one. We're gonna... Now they are the same, right? Yeah. 100%. Just taking a look at this. I might end up... If we get this to work, I might end up taking that one apart and just... seeing what the hell is up. So I think... go like that. Well, that's a pain in the ass. Alright, so it's going to be kind of hard to pass her leg. You know, that's actually a very, very good call. There are a couple of capacitors at the edge of the board, but the bottom of the case is all plastic. So, you know, I think, I don't know. That's a good call. If I ever open it up again, I might end up just trying that out. Okay, so this is annoying as heck. So what, it goes like this. There we go. Man, that's kind of a pain in the butt. Won't lie. That was kind of a pain. There's no way to see what you're doing, and you just kind of got to line up the pins by feel. But all in all, it's a pretty quick swap. And I'm hoping that this solves my issues, because otherwise I'm going to have to get in touch with Atten. And last I checked, they would make me send it in to get repaired if there was an issue with it, but I know the first thing they're going to suggest for me is to change the heating element. So as expensive as this freaking thing was at $50, it was worth the shot. End of the day, if I end up with the spare heating element, I end up with the spare heating element. Okay, so let's pop her on, see what we got. Alright. Yeah. Let's go. Alright, that fixed it. Alright, so now the other issue, let's see here. I'll do this. And the reed valve is working. Rock on, man. Rock on. That is some great news. Some great news. Now, you said this. I'm going to take a look. So this is what the inside of that case looks like. Alright, turn it and do this. There's not much. Not much there. So let's put this one back together. Because honestly, I want to get both of these put away. And I think all the buttons and stuff are over here for this. Yes. ahead real quick. Separate my switches. These guys. Okay. Okay. Man. Okay, well that makes me happy about the hot air station, because God's honest truth, that was getting really effing annoying to deal with week by week. Let me tell you. The thing would just shut off like every 2 seconds. And with hot air jobs, that is the exact opposite of what you need to have happen, so... Alright. So that's kind of good. It wasn't an expensive solution, but a solution. End of the day, as long as it works, we will call it good. And just kind of suck it up. It's the cost of doing business, so to speak. Ooh, cool. Just dropped a plastic switch. Okay, gotta be real careful I don't break it here. I don't know where it ended up. Ground. There it is. Alright. Okay. Let's see here. Let's get you back into place. Just like so. Okay. You're up. You're up. Okay, I guess. Okay. Alrighty, let's try this again here. Hopefully this will be for the literal, very 100% absolute last time ever. Because I am 100%, unless I get presented with a literal deal I cannot say no to, I am not buying another one of these. This was quite possibly one of the most nerve-wracking repairs I have ever done, and I don't wish to do it again. Very, very cool, and I'm very stoked to own a piece of history, very rare piece of history. But yeah, it is not worth the stress. These things are most assuredly not fun to work on. Okay. I still have a feeling it's like it doesn't want to. This side is just not wanting to. It's like I can't get that side to lift up, or is it lifted up? And it's just being a pain in my butt. breaker goes in. And then before I put the final screws in, obviously, let's see if we get this one to fire up as well. I like this game because it just fires up audio instantly. Okay, power, don't want to short. Yeah. And that works as well. All right. Okay. All right, and the final screw. And now, the extension port cover. And then we do one final test. And that is working. All right. Functional. Here we go. We have 2 out of 2 PC Engine LTs running now. Very, very cool. Do just a sanity check because I'm feeling it's gonna maybe fuck up on me here, but we'll see. Might have gotten into a position where it's just gonna work. One can only hope. No. Yeah, it kind of helps to put the game in the correct way. All right. Perfect. I am stoked. I am stoked. All right, well, that's literally pretty much what I set out to do today. Let's see about cleaning this up a little bit. All right, and I have, this might end up being in somewhere else. Nope, it's in there. Okay. So, fun little fact, I'm actually actively teaching myself Japanese. So one of these days I might actually be able to play these games and understand exactly what's going on. But until then, actually that is one thing. I guess while we're here we could take a look at it. So let's do this real quick. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to happen. 100% not what I wanted to have happen. Shit. Alright, we're going to... I also need to, at one point, hack up a couple of power supplies I bought for these LTs, because the original ones are almost as hard to get as the LT itself. Where'd that go? Shit. I really didn't want to lose that part. And I did. Unless it's like stuck somewhere. It was a broken T500, but potentially I could use that for something. So I just went and bought a couple of modern power supplies. Unfortunately, it's very difficult to get the correct barrel jack size. So what I ended up doing was I have these guys right here, right? And it's basically just the exact size that I need, but I just have to hack up the power supply and solder on the wires to it. That's the only thing with it. And I've got the power supplies. Oops. I don't know why that happened. Got the power supplies, I just haven't found the time to hack them to pieces yet. Shit, I really didn't want to lose that part. And I don't know where it got to. I just would think it would be like right here, but it didn't roll under this, did it? There's no way. Yeah. Huh. Where did it go? Why is that happening? Yeah, something is not happy in my setup with this camera. Come on. Weird. I have to figure that out at some point too, I guess. Oh shit, I just lost that part, I guess, until I find it again. Hopefully it's just on my bench somewhere. Check around the floor real fast, make sure it didn't just roll off. I just don't know. So I am just gonna have to maybe just save that for another day, finding it. It's around here somewhere. End of the day, it was shorted anyway, but I don't want to throw it away just in case I could find someone maybe good enough to repair it. But that's what we're going to look at right now, anyhow. Just take a look real quick one more time, make sure it's just not floating around somewhere stupid. Dang it. Sad thing is, that's like I was going to put it in a bag to save for later, and it just dropped and disappeared into the ether. God dang it. Anyway, let's get on the microscope for a quick look at one thing, and I'm going to call it a day after that. So, this is the T500 that I pulled off, and unfortunately, for me, yeah, see, I separated it from the base, and this is the base of the T500 right here, right? Yeah. So the other side is how it connects. And I'm thinking the problem is that I don't really know I'm going to grab another pair of tweezers here real quick. So we're going to do this so I don't lose this. I'd like just to figure out what happened to this thing. So, as I was explaining before, you should have... I'll explain it looking at this thing, right? Again, so basically, all of the legs on the same side, so this, and this, these should all be connected internally. These should all be connected internally, or at least these two, because these are not connects. And you should have no connection going from across. And then these two, since they're connected internally, should have less than an ohm's worth of resistance. So I wanted to figure out why I was somehow getting like mega ohms worth of resistance being generated here. And if there's a chance that I could like send this off to someone to either get repaired or see, there's a lead, there's a lead. So you're working with very, very, very thin wire here. Now, the other side we've got another lead. Right, and then, alright, and this is 3. I'm thinking, yeah, so if I'm right, this is the 4-pin side and this is the 3-pin side. Now, I'm pretty 9900% sure that unfortunately these are enameled wire. So I don't think, even if I somehow was able to get a probe on them, I don't think I'd get a reading because it's enameled. Enameling will prevent, basically it's an insulator. So, alright, let's, okay, so theoretically, yeah, you can see yeah, it's because it's enameled, it is not gonna give me a beep or not. Unfortunately, that is just how things go. The thought I was having is that maybe, just maybe, I could repair this, but looking at how unbelievably fidgety this is, I just don't think. Oh, just literally shot that off into my lap. Probably need to have some blue tack here, which is I'm probably just going to call it on this, because I just don't think I have the tooling capable to repair this, fortunately. But the good thing is at least this is all intact. And theoretically, if there was someone out there good enough to fix something like this, I could send it to them. But as far as I'm concerned, this is actually a faulty part. I just don't think. I just don't know what I would be able to do. I don't really have too much in the way of length here. You know, if I get these over the side just like the other ones are, it's almost like I would need to tack on, figure out a way to tack on some bodge wire to that so that I could solder into the base, which is right here. So that's the problem. Problem one, because I'll show you how it's supposed to go, as I know I'm not going to be able to make this work. So that's the other side. I think what ended up happening, and it's kind of what I was thinking I might be able to repair this, is it might have had just a whole bunch of corrosion. But yeah, so essentially, see, like that's how it's supposed to go, right? Just like this. So these are this wire is going to go to this leg, and that wire is going to go to that leg, and then I'd have to figure out those three over there. So I just don't think I have the tools necessary to fix that. But end of the day, if I ever run across somebody who thinks they could faithfully reverse engineer to produce a new part, it might actually kind of be worth it, maybe, because they're not, you just can't get them anymore. So, man, okay, well, that was an interesting stream. Definitely a lot shorter than normal, but yeah, I'm just gonna call it. I'm just gonna go enjoy the rest of my afternoon. I really just kind of wanted to get my hot air station put back together and working again, and then button up those LTs to clear up some bench space and move on from that project. But next week, 100%, I will be back, and we will be working on Neo Geos next week. I need to get that project off my lap because I need to pay off some credit card bills that I put these systems on, and I've been sitting on them for freaking months trying to get them done. So yeah, I've got to get that done so I can pay off that bill and get them out of my door and move on to new projects, because these have been clogging up the pipeline since late November of last year. So the last thing we got to do with them is just basically RGB mod them, and that's going to be a 2-week process, because next week I have to get the values that I need and then order the parts and then put them in. So it's going to be at least another 2 weeks before I finish that up. But if I can get that done next weekend, at least the diagnosis of what I need and putting them on is a 15-second job. So Should not be that bad. Anyway, all right. Well, I do appreciate y'all who stopped by and left any comments or subscribes or likes or anything in the future. I try to stream every week, every weekend, Saturday and Sunday. I try to get on around 11 Central. Between 11 and noon Central, I usually go to about 3 or 4 Central. It's been a weird couple of weeks for me, but hopefully now that I'm over this hump, we can kind of just get back on track with weekly streaming again. So hopefully I will see you there next week. If not, have a great week and a great rest of your weekend. Enjoy your Sunday, just like I am about to go do myself. All right, guys.